Kazakhstan is one of the most multicultural countries in the world, consisting of representatives of more than 130 ethnic groups and nationalities. Each ethnicity has unique traditions, fantastic holidays, and fascinating history, as well as amazing recipes. Recipes for kindness and peace, and respect for our ancestors and other people's culture. This is Recipe for Friendship.
Hello, this is Recipe for Friendship and my name is Aleftina Madjarova. Welcome to our excursion into the traditions, customs and way of life of the numerous peoples of our large common house called Kazakhstan. This time I suggest you get acquainted with the Hungarian diaspora. So in this episode you will see the following. We will get acquainted with the head of the Hungarian Ethno-Cultural Center in Almaty. I walked along the long corridor. There was the 100-meter corridor at the Ministry of Energy of the USSR. In the house of the Central Committee of the CPSU, he ran after me and said, "Go back. If we gave you 36 million rubles of fixed assets, we will also give you 2.5 million. We will listen to traditional Hungarian music. This instrument is a traditional Hungarian kabuz. It comes originally from Asia and probably you saw many similar tools. We learn more about what is common between the peoples inhabiting our region and the Magyars that live in Central Europe. The main thing is that the Magyars migrated from Middle Asia more than 1,500–1,700 years ago. First they moved to the Aral territory, then to the southern Urals, the northern Caucasus. And why I say this is indicated by various genetic and anthropological facts. I myself am an anthropologist, and we are working very hard on this topic. We will look at martial arts popular in Hungary. And moreover, we will learn how to cook one of the most important dishes of Hungarian cuisine, famous paprikás. So now the most crucial moment. We must add a couple of spoons of sweet pepper. Straight into flour? Straight into the flour, yes. Oh, what a smell fills the air! Aroma. Instantly, as soon as the pepper was warmed up, the aroma of paprika went right through the kitchen. It is Hungarian miracle, yes. Acquaintance with the representatives of the Hungarian ethnos began at the Almaty enterprise Kelet, which in translation from Hungarian means East. Its founder and head, Alexander Adalbertovich Pap, proved to be not only a hospitable host, but also a person with a very interesting and rich personal history. He is the head of the Hungarian Ethno-Cultural Center in Kazakhstan, and at his 78 years it seems that he is able to manage several activities and very successfully. The energy of this good-natured, charming man is enough for everything. I was born in pre-war Hungary, in the village of Karachin. And today the Transcarpathian region is part of the Ukraine. Transcarpathia was part of the millennial Hungarian kingdom, and we were annexed to Russia in 1944 in November, when Soviet Katyushas came to us in the courtyard, and there was then a 5-year-old boy. Born in Hungary, Sándor Pap was in the Soviet Union, and in his childhood, of course, could not have imagined that his life would be for many years connected with Kazakhstan. I am the citizen of Kazakhstan. For a long time, I am a citizen of Kazakhstan. I was sent from the city of Severodvinsk to create the first enterprise of Kazakhstan road engineering, Kalkaman plant of road machines in Pavlodar region. Now this is the Aksu region, and of course I can say that I was lucky to build 3 plants in the Soviet era, and this enterprise, where we are today, machine building plant joint stock company Kelet. Alexander Adalbertovich is not just proud of his creation, he is literally obsessed with the work of his life, and his wife Katerina Petrovna, sons, daughter-in-law, work with him side by side. In a word, this is a family business. Here at Kelet, one of Mr. Pap's daughters, Elena, taught me how to prepare a dish which often appears on the Hungarian table, and it seems that it will not cause any special difficulties. We proceed to the most pleasant moment, the exploration of Hungarian cuisine. I present you Yelena Matveevna, or just Lena. Yelena, of course. Well, then Yelena, as a true Hungarian daughter-in-law in the second generation, will teach us today. Teach us to cook one of the main Hungarian dishes called paprikash. I would not say that this is the main dish, but it is purely Hungarian. Do you think goulash owns the first place? Yes, goulash. And paprikash is also purely Hungarian, but it is prepared more quickly than goulash, but nevertheless, you will like it. Naturally, the word in the title is the key. Paprika. Here it is on the table. I know that for the Hungarian people, paprika, this spice, is very, very important. Of course. All dishes are cooked with red pepper. And when we come back from Hungary, we always bring paprika in beautiful jars. Yes, in jars, in bags, we always buy it. Is it Hungarian paprika? Yes, it's Hungarian paprika. In the very name of the paprikash lays the main ingredient, paprika, without which almost nothing is prepared in the homeland of our friends. Sweet or slightly spicy red pepper from Hungary has a special bright aroma, and as the patriarch of the Hungarian haute cuisine, chef Kara Gundel, used to say, if you can cook Hungarian food outside the country, then only from Hungarian products. Well, the only authentic ingredient that we have today is the paprika. The rest of the ingredients are local and fit perfectly into the overall ensemble. Well, at first we have prepared all the ingredients for this dish, which are chopped chicken, preferably not frozen, onions, vegetable oil, tomatoes, and a little amount of flour for sauce. Then we can cut the chicken into such average pieces, not too big, not too small. Well, here is a leg. It goes in half and then everything else. And as well as many dishes, we are going to need the cauldron for the preparation of paprikash. Now we must cut the onions. Large, small, large. And it should be in a big family. Recipes are passed from mother to daughter and stored carefully. And who taught you to cook paprikash? Cook paprikash by my husband's grandmother, Alexander Adalbertovich's mother, Juliana Ivanovna. When my son turned 8 months old, which was 27 years ago, she came to Almaty. Well, she often came to Almaty, helped my mother-in-law Katerina Petrovna with the children, and in this case she came to see Jonchik. What kind of name is Jonchik? This is affectionate from Janos. So Janos is your son? Yes, Janos is my son. My husband says, Lena, you say Jonchi like a real Hungarian. I sell well, thank you. We certainly try to learn the Hungarian language, but there is not enough time because we have a lot to do at the enterprise. But do you know any words? Yes, of course. Well, for example, do you know the names of the products? Sweet pepper. Abesh. Is this one? Yes. Chepetke is noodles. Chepetke. What an interesting word. Actually, the paprikash is a chicken in a fragrant sauce that is served with a side dish, and if you follow all the tips and rules, then it is not difficult to cook it at home. Of course, we certainly can use interior pork fat, and maybe it would be even desirable. But we live in Kazakhstan, and therefore we replace it with vegetable oil. The most important thing in this moment is that the onion becomes such as transparent as glass. My grandmother called it to simmer. Yes, many Hungarian dishes are based on this. At first, the onion, then goes the red pepper, and right after that you need to add the meat, right there. Right now you can even set aside this cauldron so that it is slightly cooled, and then the meat. So the pepper does not burn, because burnt pepper loses its taste. When it is bitter, it becomes tasteless and unflavored. It is noteworthy that in classical Hungarian cuisine, most dishes combine both the first and second dishes. Goulash, paprikash, lecho, pork-hulled, and many kinds of roast. Similar dishes can be found in our country, however the characteristic taste and aroma will not deceive the gourmet.
А какие еще в ходу венгерские именно блюда?
And what Hungarian dishes are still popular?
Ну, у нас в семье
Popular? Well, we have Hungarian broth in our family.
бульон по-венгерски.
Он отличается как?
Does it differ in any features? Yes.
Венгерский бульон.
Hungarian broth, as says my father-in-law, needs to be given to women in labor and people who are sick.
И приболевшим людям этот бульон надо готовить.
This broth should be prepared from fresh chicken, preferably unfrozen, and necessarily with roots, with a root of parsley, carrots.
С корнем петрушки, морковью.
So the onions are not added to this dish? Without onions.
И в результате получается...
And the result is a transparent broth, flavorful, very tasty, and well, it is somehow, I believe that probably it is good for health. The work goes fast within the conversation, and the chicken is already full of a wonderful aroma. So at this moment, while everything is stewing, we must prepare a base for the sauce. For this we have flour, the same pepper, and a frying pan. So now the most crucial moment. We must add a couple of spoons of sweet pepper. Straight into flour? Straight into the flour, yes. Oh, what a smell fills the air. Aroma. Instantly, as soon as the pepper was warmed up, the aroma of paprika went right through the kitchen. It is Hungarian miracle, yes. And immediately, as soon as the pepper was slightly heated, immediately this fragrant smell appeared. Yes, 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 you're right. Just so it should be. All over the kitchen at once. Yelena said that energy and diligence can be noted among the national traits of the inhabitants of Hungary, and judging by my new acquaintances, this is not an exaggeration at all. That is, people work from morning till night. Hungarians even have a saying: if they say your wife has nothing to do, you must tear her apron into pieces and let her sew it. Wow. Finally, our dish is ready and we can serve it. Traditional garnish is the same noodles, chapetki, however, macaroni from the store will also fit. It depends on what you like. The paprikash is ready and it looks beautiful and very appetizing, and it remains only to ask, first of all, of course, Alexander Adalbertovich, how to say enjoy your meal in Hungarian. In Hungarian it sounds like yo etvajdot.
Yo etvajdot.
Yo etvajdot? Didn't get from the first time. Yo etvajdot. Many Kazakh amateurs of history and ethnography know our frequent guest, one of the organizers of the World Kurultai of the Turkic peoples in Hungary, the president of the Magyar Turan Fund, the anthropologist Andras Biro. Interesting and charismatic Andras certainly gets the attention of the interlocutor from the first minutes of communication, but it is doubly interesting that he can explain the similarity and features of similarity of our ethnic groups from the scientific point of view. There is a lot in common, but most of all, why? After all, the Kazakhs and Magyars live very far apart. Magyars live in Central Europe and Kazakhs live in Central Asia for many thousands of kilometers. Well, this is a very ancient connection that needs to be shown, and it is necessary to understand why our ancestors... The name of our people, the Magyars, in Russian we are called Hungarians, but there is no such word in our language. This is the Russian word. So the Magyars wandered in Central Asia in very ancient times. The name of Hungary or Hungaria for indigenous representatives of this ethnos is alien. They call themselves the Magyars and the country Majaristan. The origin of the Magyars is certainly a very big question. As with any other people, if you study the Magyars, you will find many components and subgroups, just like the Kazakhs have too many different tribes.
Ну, самые главные это как мадьяри, они уехали от Средней Азии уже очень давно, больше, чем...
The main thing is that the Magyars migrated from Middle Asia more than 8,500, 1,700 years ago. Firstly, they moved to the Aral territory, then to the southern Urals, the northern Caucasus. And why I say this is indicated by various genetic and anthropological facts. I myself am an anthropologist, and we are working very hard on this topic.
Я сам антрополог, и мы очень много работаем об этого тема.
Being a very frequent guest in our country, Andras perfectly mastered the Kazakh and Russian languages, and sometimes it seems that he did not leave anywhere. He became our own.
Большой гордость Мадьяры, как мы сохранили наш.
And the great pride of the Magyars is that we preserved our steppe culture, at least fragmentarily. This shepherd's life and so on. Magyars are very fond of horses. Horses have always played a very large and important role in our history, not only in military affairs, but in culture, art and legends.
Art, разный арт и легенды.
At the recent festival of ethno-culture of nomads, Uli Dala Ruki, as you remember, the team of horse archers from Hungary was one of the brightest and most colorful teams. In the homeland of these stalwarts, each of whom, it is worth noting, is engaged in trick riding and archery exclusively as a hobby, so in their homeland, one of the most striking and significant events in the culture of the nomadic world, the Kurultai, is held every 2 years. And we have preserved our culture. And in Europe, Hungarian culture stands out. We are unique. Of course, the European effect takes place, but we have preserved much that demonstrates that we are related to the Central Asian peoples. Kazakhs in particular, Uzbeks, Uyghurs, we have a lot in common. This community is confirmed by the analysis of DNA from ancient graves. It is also noticeable in the similarity of many words of the Hungarian language with the Turkic ones, and even one of the most characteristic instruments of Magyar ethnic music has a very familiar name, the kabuz. My name is Tila Torok, and we arrived in Kazakhstan with the band Tila Torok Band. Our music is Hungarian folklore style seasoned with modern rhythms a little. We come to festivals in Almaty for the 3rd time, so we already come as a family and we are glad to new acquaintances. These new acquaintances give us new ideas and inspiration. Tila Torok Band is a team known to many Almaty residents and now to Astana residents too. We can hear this regional collective almost at every our festival of ethnic music, whether it is the spirit of Tengri or Uli Dala Ruki. The style in which Tila works is adapted ethnic music. She doesn't only sing and play in the band, but she even develops stage costumes herself. This instrument is a traditional Hungarian kabuz. It comes originally from Asia and probably you saw many similar tools. It is played more by the Magyars of the Carpathian Basin, that is, those who live now outside Hungary. This song reflects the excitement of a young man in love, waiting to meet with his beloved person. Passionately wishing for a close meeting, he compares his beloved with a grapevine leaf. He complains that people can understand how much they're important to each other only while being away from those they love. So we will probably miss these songs and rhythms waiting for a new meeting with new friends of the Recipe for Friendship. Fortunately, you will not have to wait long. See you soon, your Alevtina Madyarova.